So this is a pretty big thing, especially with technology kind of going the way it's going. I did a story not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago, about how Bluetooth technology is changing. So that way now with the new Bluetooth technology, you can be walking through the mall, and the mall can access your Bluetooth and pump advertisements straight through your Bluetooth. Okay? So imagine now that being hyped up to this next George Orwellian style access where tech companies are required to put a backdoor into every phone, every computer, everything, and anytime good old Big Brother wants to take a peek at what you're doing, he can take a peek at what you're doing. So let's read this from NBC News. 2 iPhones or the privacy of billions. Why Apple versus the FBI matters. And this ties into directly what I have been saying for quite a long time. And it's just me reiterating some famous words from Benjamin Franklin, I believe it was. Let me make sure while you guys are watching. I don't want to mislead you. Hold on. Those who trade freedom for security. Yes, Benjamin Franklin. I was correct. Okay. So, yes, those who trade security for freedom deserve neither. Benjamin Franklin. And it's very true words. So we have here a scale. Which is more important? Freedom and privacy or security? Which outweighs the other, in your opinion? The FBI's efforts to push Apple to unlock phones have caused alarm among technology industry veterans and academics who see a broader effort to reduce privacy and introduce digital backdoors, which it does. It will introduce backdoors, and human nature being human nature and governmental nature being governmental nature. If those backdoors exist, the government will use it and they will not tell you about it. You will find out about it 10 years from now that they have built this huge digital memory bank and they've recorded everything every American has ever done type thing. I mean, if you don't think that the government won't abuse these, then, well, you don't know government. 2 iPhones have put Apple back in the FBI's sights. Again. Here we go. Again. The phones belonged to a deceased Saudi national accused of fatally shooting 3 people at a Florida naval base in December. They could contain important information about his connections and motivation, but the phones are locked, and the FBI says it can't get in. It wants Apple's help to unlock the iPhones. Safety or security? Safety or security? But Apple is saying no, and it has its reasons, even at the risk of attracting mocking tweets from President Donald Trump. Apple and technology security experts have heard this kind of request before, and they say it's not about the phones. It's about a years-long push by the Department of Justice for broader government oversight of mobile technology. If Apple says yes to this request or anything like it, they say it would jeopardize the privacy of every single iPhone user. Yes, and it would. It would. If it exists, the government will use it. They will. If they can use it secretly and not tell you about it, you're damn right they're going to use it, and they'll track people, and they will have a list, and they'll put people in categories, and they'll have profiles, and it's human nature and it's government nature. It's what human beings do, and it's what governments do when they have that power. They abuse it. Almost 4 years after a nearly identical situation ended with the FBI backing down, when private companies helped them crack the iPhone's security, the debate about whether Apple should create a way to break into their own phones is back. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. If I was a phone manufacturer, I would create phones that had some sort of encryption and security device that even the company itself, I wouldn't be able to get into it. If possible. If possible. I don't know how you would do that, but that would be perfect. Then even if the FBI comes at you and says, hey, well, we need you to unlock this phone, I can be like, I can't even unlock it. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody can unlock it. It's done. You know, that would be privacy. That would be guaranteed secure privacy, and I bet you the phones would sell. Now, would some criminals have the phone? Yes. But does that mean we get rid of them? No. Because by that same logic, we would have to get rid of iPhones because that guy had an iPhone. You want to get rid of your iPhone? I don't care. I don't use iPhones. So. The circumstances, however, have changed. Apple has limited its own capability to break the encryption of iPhones, so it may not be able to do much even if it were willing to. I would completely limit it if I could. While Facebook and other tech companies have moved to embrace encryption in other forms such as messaging apps, raising the stakes of the fight. Yes, this is far-reaching and it affects multiple platforms, not just phones, not just iPhones, but law and precedents as well. And you can throw your opinion in it because your opinion matters, and every opinion should matter. Should Apple unlock the phones? Should they build a backdoor into every phone, every computer, so that they can track everything you do because it would make you feel safer? Are you willing to give up that much of your privacy, your freedom, for that bit of security? Freedom is not free. Freedom is to always be fought for. If you're not fighting for your freedom, well, then you're probably letting your freedom slip by. And politically, the tech industry may be vulnerable in a way it never has been before. There's blood in the water, said Rihanna whatever, Associate Director of Surveillance and Cybersecurity at the Stanford Center for Internet and Security. And this becomes a way for law enforcement to try to draw attention to encryption. I hope they don't build in a backdoor. I don't believe that would be good. It will be abused. It absolutely will be abused. It can't be helped but be abused. While the core argument remains the same, there is no way to give the government access without introducing an opening that can be exploited by nefarious actors. It's taking place at a time when tech companies are now routinely grilled on Capitol Hill, and the public is less likely to trust that they know best. If it's there, it will be abused. Whether it's by your government, someone else's government, individuals, it doesn't matter. If it's there, it will be abused. It will be found out, it will be exploited, and it will be abused. But give me your opinion on it. Do you think it's a good idea? I personally, for one, do not. And I hope Apple doesn't back down. And I hope the FBI again backs down. But that's what I got on this one. I will see you guys on the next one.